Yeah, I guess I'm really don't even know what to talk about half the time on this podcast because half the time I fall asleep. And the other times I'm just ranting on and on about the same shit over and 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 over again. But here's what I want to talk about today. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. You know what matters? The exotic animal trade. So if you know anything about caracals or ocelots, these animals, they're not big cats and they're not small cats. I know I've talked about them before. I'm going to talk about them again because I like them. I like them so much. I really do. They're actually really cute cats. They're medium sized cats. Right in the middle. Medium sized cats. They're not house cats. They're not big cats like a lion or a tiger. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to search big cats. List of big cats. Because I'm very intrigued by the cat game. So it's really tough to figure out like how many big cats are considered big cats. What is an official big cat? That's the thing. Some of these websites say there's 10 big cats. Like this one says, let's take a look see. The biggest of the big cats is actually the tiger. Did you not know that, you dummy? Up to 750 pounds. Jesus Christ. That's the biggest of the big. Number two, we have the lion, up to 600 pounds. See, I thought the lion was actually bigger than the tiger. Even I can be wrong sometimes. For some reason, so one is tiger, 750 pounds, 715 is how big a big tiger gets. I know there's I believe there's six different kinds of tigers. Three of them are extinct. Yeah, they hunted them all down. They got them all and they put them into a soup. There are three tiger species that are extinct. We're gonna talk about the big cats. List of tiger species. All right, the lion is number two. For some reason I thought the lion was bigger than the tiger. How many lion species are there? I think it's just the one. How many? See, we're really in the zone here. Lion species are there? I'm pretty sure it's just one lion, unless you're including the mountain lion, which is a different kind of big cat. There's only one species of lion. Check. We got that one done. There are 9 types of tiger subspecies around the world. See? There's only one lion, but 9 tiger species. Can you believe that? I would like to get some accurate research, not responding to me in my personal life and my thoughts due to the fake coma dream. Tigers, ferocious, beautiful, endangered. They're some of the most beloved big cats in the world, but they're also some of the rarest. Today, fewer than 5,000 tigers survive in the wild, inhabiting just 5% of their historic range. Jesus, man, come on, stop hunting the tigers. How many tigers live in Texas? I'm pretty sure there's more tigers in Texas than there are in the wild. Joe Rogan told me that. Which, if that's true, God help us. There are around 5,000 captive tigers in the United States alone. So, as many tigers there are in the wild, in the world, which is, they're mostly, I'm pretty sure they're all just in Asia. There might be like a few dozen roaming around Texas. Because some of these owners are not too fucking smart. Not the brightest bulb in the pack. Wow, man. Yeah, around 3,000 to 4,000 tigers in Texas alone. This one says 3,890. 3,890 tigers in the wild. No! Had to verify it. 3,890 in the wild, says that website. Let's check out this one. Just trying to get a rough estimate on the wild and the captive. God, tigers are so pretty. Apex predator that hunts alone. The lone tiger. There are about 2,000 to 5,000 tigers in Texas. Okay, can we get a closer estimate there? Jesus, man. There's more tigers in Texas than India. In the wild. All right. Tigers born in captivity can cost anywhere between $900 and $2,500. What the fuck? That can't be true, dude. I figured they'd go for like 10 grand a pop at least. That's a pretty fucking cheap little cat. Holy shit. Texas law mandates that anyone who owns a tiger maintain liability insurance coverage of at least $100,000. Additionally, each tiger must be kept in a cage with at least 300 square feet of an area and an 8-foot fence. The standard for surrounding walls will range from a 12 to 16-foot minimum, depending on how the wall is erected. Unlike my cock, not erect at all these days. And then I try to go. I haven't gotten hard in weeks, and then I try to fucking go into Pornhub to jack off, and I can't even really get any fucking blood flow down there. It's all circulating in the brain because of all the thoughts ruminating in my skull. Like, I literally can't even get a full... I can't remember the last time I had a full hard cock. I wish I was kidding. I dare some woman to come and try to fucking make it happen. Good luck. Yeah, it ain't gonna fucking happen, even, you know? I don't care who you are, what you look like, it just ain't gonna happen. I mean, you can come and try. You know, if you're up for a challenge, come and try. I guarantee you that it won't stay fully hard. It's nothing personal, it's just the way she goes. These are the kinds of sacrifices I have to make. So the wall is, depending on how the wall is erected. And then I try to jerk off on Pornhub, and I I go to, I try to stay on verified Pornhub accounts like Brazzers or Bang Bros or Reality Kings. Something that doesn't have children getting fucking raped. Because once I can't find a good enough video, I'll go to the Pornhub homepage. And the first 6 or 8 or 10 videos are, verified porn accounts, like porn companies where they legally can't have children getting fucked because they're a porn company. They make money doing it. They have porn stars. They legally can't do it. But if you even dare to scroll down any further than that, oh my God, dude, it's sickening. It actually is like, it makes my dick go inside of my body. So imagine you're trying to look for porn, and I've mentioned this once in a different episode. And for over a year, the porn stars are responding to your inner thoughts, what you're thinking about, your personal life, what you were previously thinking about, what's going on with your inner relationships, even though you don't really have any because you don't see your family anymore. You barely even see your neighbors and your friends. You barely leave the apartment. And the porn stars it's so fucking invasive and so anti-American and unconstitutional in every single way imaginable, all because of a fake coma dream. So they're responding to my thoughts. AI porn stars or whatever the fuck they are, I don't even know. So that'll, really fucking fuck your head up, like, permanently. And then you close your eyes, and they're like, oh, I can't see now. So they can access my senses. They can tell if I'm hard or soft. They mention the fact that I'm not hard enough. This is what's happening in this world and in this country. You I'm not even joking right now. I wish I was fucking kidding. They can see through my eyes. They know, and this is when I don't have my computer camera pointed at me. I've tested this out dozens of times with podcasters, everything. It's real fun, lighthearted stuff. Sounds a bit like what? North Korea, maybe? Communist China? Fuck this country is going to shit. Fuck. If you all think I'm joking right now, it might be better just to believe that. Because maybe when I ascend into heaven, then all this will go away and it'll never be part of anybody's life ever again. Because it's so un-American, and it's actually illegal. I've gone over this a couple times. It's against the Fourth Amendment. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. Da 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 da. So just imagine that the porn stars are reading your mind, responding to your thoughts. They can tell whether your dick is hard or not. How any of this is even possible, I don't know, because I've disproved simulation theory. We're not in a simulation, folks, so it ain't that. It has to be, I and even if it's a fake coma dream, the fact that it's not a coma dream would make it not possible at this point, at this stage. Correct? Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little bit fucked up in the head permanently. So everything else I've talked about on the podcast, all the fucked up shit is true. Or it's not, I don't want to scare my family or anybody, but family, hit me up on the next episode after this one. Yeah, this is not a joke. This is not a bit. I'm not doing a funny. I'll pull one up right now. Let's do some live porn. Let's see what they got to say about Hayden's dick being permanently soft forever. They can see through my eyes, and they literally talk about me and once he's got to pay rent. This is what happens when I try to jack off. So you got those two things, the senses and the mind reading, accessing my memories, my personal history, my personal privacy with no camera involved. Literally looking through my eyes. Everybody cool with this kind of stuff? Everybody okay with this happening? Good, me too. I really love it. And then the last time you tried to have sex, the person you were having sex with was like gaining weight while you were inside of her. Like 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds and then losing it right in front of your face. And her face was changing. Like shape-shifting. Like a skinwalker. You know, like Mystique from X-Men. The blue lady who can shapeshift into any human being. Except it's a lot more subtle. And not as obvious. Like just the face kind of changing to somebody that kind of looks like the face changes into somebody else that kind of looks familiar. Like you made a joke about this woman kind of looking like this dude who you haven't seen in a while. And then her face, while you're inside of her and she's gaining weight and losing weight, is changing into that dude's face. So you got the senses, the mind reading, being able to tell if my dick is hard or soft. And last time you tried to have sex with 4 horse cock pills in your system. Yeah. What else? All the thoughts ruminating up in my skull. The fact that yeah, like I can't even get like it. So you got those 4 things. 5 with the thoughts ruminating of all of this and all of everything that's happened to you. And then when you can't find like the right video, you're like looking through Brazzers' account on Pornhub. And you're like, let me go to this video. And then you click on another video after that, on the recommended section. You're like, no, I don't really like getting these recommended videos. Let's try to go to the homepage of Pornhub. And you start scrolling down and you see a child getting fucked in the ass by some grown man. And instantly, your entire, like, everything that you've ever known, loved, cared about, thought about is permanently fucked. You're done. You're toast at that point. You're probably never getting hard again. Unless you like jacking off to little kids. On the homepage of Pornhub, which should be illegal. It should be illegal, and those men should be tortured. They should be tortured to death for doing that to a child. It makes my dick go inside of my body. And then you got, there's the other one, number 7. The neighbor. Or the fake nothing who pretends to be your neighbor for months. And every time there's silence in the room, when you switch a video or you're not, like you pause the video or you take your headphones off because you're completely disgusted and feel completely invaded upon, you hear, Hayden, I'm watching you. Hayden. uh, and then slowly that fake nothing, the two neighbors, slowly morphs into all your friends and family talking to you at all times, but it's not them. It's real funny. Yeah, so stop doing it. Stop doing this, world. I know I'm not in hell. I know I'm not in hell. So that's what makes it even worse. Because that means that for some reason, this is continuing to happen. I'm not in heaven. I'm not going to hell. And that means that all of this is possible to do to other human beings. That's the worst part of it. Because if I was in hell, this would just be happening to me. It wouldn't be possible to happen to other people in the future. So that actually makes it worse in terms of psychologically and mentally. Because I'm like, God, I hope this doesn't happen to anybody else in the future. Like, I hope this isn't like AI. Like, it's not a simulation, though. I've disproven it. So it can't be AI. How would AI be able to see through my senses? Like, see through my eyes and tell if I'm hard or not? So all of those 7 things combined, well, you're gonna have a hard time getting hard sometimes. Yeah, imagine that. Who would have thunk it? Who would have came up with that crazy notion? I know it's a bit of a wild theory that all those 7 things combined will permanently fuck your head and your biology, your chemistry up, everything. Literally everything. It's beginning to slowly stop, I've noticed lately. It's slowly been not happening as much, which is good. That's how you know I'm not in hell. You know? So, what would everybody else do in this situation? Just seeing the children, and that's been happening more often, the children. Not the mind reading and this seeing through my eyes and hearing through my ears and telling if I'm fucking hard or soft. All because of a fake coma dream. Because if you're in a coma, you slowly become paralyzed, like bedridden. If you've been in a coma from the fake research that I've done online, because I don't even think coma dreams are a thing. I don't think they're possible. I think there's no possible way. I'm just going to be honest. Because I'm tired of the fucking bullshit games. I'm just going to be honest. Because I can't fucking act in my head to try to distract Satan and the evil forces in this world. And try to get my family and other, into heaven. And that's what I'll be talking about on the next episode. How God is great and good, and I love God and Jesus Christ so much. Big cats. 9 types of tigers. Can you believe that? There's 9 of them. 3 of them are extinct. No good. Or 2. 2. The Bali tiger. BALI tiger. Extinct. Poor thing. The last Bali tiger in the world died sometime in the 1950s. The subspecies wasn't officially declared extinct until 2008, though. That doesn't add up. These tigers lived only on the island of Bali in Indonesia. Males grew up to 7.7 feet long. Oh, God's number. and weighed up to 220 pounds. Females grew up to 7 feet long. Oh. And weighed up to 175 pounds. These smallish tigers succumbed to habitat loss and overhunting. God damn it. The Javan tiger, extinct. Javan. The tiger subspecies endemic only to the island of Java. I feel like that's a fake island that would just showed up in the middle of nowhere. In Indonesia, became extinct in the 1970s. Male Javan tigers grew up to 8.2 feet long and weighed up to 315 pounds, with females growing slightly smaller. Humans exterminated Javan tigers through a combination of hunting and habitat destruction. This subspecies was officially declared extinct in 2008. So wait, both of these species were declared extinct in 2008. God dang it. It's really kind of sad, man. I don't know. And this is the third and final extinct one, the Caspian tiger. Once found throughout the riverine valleys of Central Asia and the Middle East. Oh, the Middle East got some up in there. Well, they used to. This tiger subspecies went extinct in the 1970s. Caspian tigers succumbed to habitat loss. They specialized in many of the same environments that humans find favorable. Just kidding, I can get hard perfectly fine, and all of that was a bit, a joke, a funny. I can get hard like any normal person back when I was like 15, 16. A nice, hard, throbbing 7 3/4 of an inch cock if I flatten the curve due to waistbanding it. Every time I got hard when I was a kid in school, I would put it up in my waistband because you don't want a pants tent sticking out. Looks like, somebody's about to walk the plank. But if you have a pants tent and you get hard in school, you put it in your waistband where where your belt is, your belt line. And that will make it so your dick is curved up and it hits that G spot. It curves up. Mine goes up to the left. It hooks up and to the left. So if I try to bend it when it's hard, which when was the last time that happened? Months. It's been months since I was fully hard. Am I embarrassed? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I don't care. It's the way it goes, man. This is me. This is who I am. You don't like it? Hit the fucking road. Hit the road. Not the trees in the, the hill of dead leaves and grass right next to the road by the Smith Bridge, by the Matrix Outlet Mall. No, you want to hit the road, the pavement. It's like the highest point of the bridge where where you don't hit a tree or grass. Just kind of a coinky dink, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a coincidence that if you go, the bridge gets higher as you're heading away from St. Paul. It gets higher up from that point where the road is. But if you jump from where it's higher up, you're going to hit a tree or, land on the hill. You probably won't die. And if you go any further down the bridge to where the road isn't, or you get to the river, you might survive. So you need to hit the road, is what I'm trying to say. Hit the road, toots. Hit the road and get the fuck out of here, man. You're fucking kicked out. Like in Inception, when they're sleeping and they dunk them, and when they're falling, they wake up because of the kick. They call it the kick. Give them the kick. That's when they're outside of the dream world. When they're falling down, it naturally wakes them up from their sleep, their little slumber. Kicked out. Hit the road. Grounded. I'm grounded, though. That means I can't ascend into eternal heaven because I've been grounded. Just kidding. My mom doesn't live here anymore, so I'm not grounded. But I might be kicked out soon, so I'm probably going to be hitting the road. You know, to be honest, I really like Cincinnati. It's a good city. I've never been there, but I'd like to visit. TBH. TBH. To be honest, baby. I don't know if anybody else is just sick and tired of the fucking woke mob, the woke cancel culture, but I kind of am. I think it's infecting this country with communist and socialist policies and strangleholds, attacking our First, Second, and Fourth Amendments, of course. The Fourth Amendment, the most important one, in my personal opinion. It has to do with literally feeling safe and secure in my privacy, my mind, my thoughts, my body, my senses. The number 4 is my stepmom's side of the family's lucky number, their favorite number. Yeah. Because my stepmom's grandpa, who's passed away, was born April 4th, 1944 at 4:44. 4/4/44 at 4:44. If you flip the 4 upside down, you get a lowercase h. A lowercase h. You know, if you look at the number 4, not the way it's written with a triangle, because that's a whole different thing. If you just take the 4, so it's like an L and then a line on the very far right side of the L, and you flip it upside down, you have a lowercase h. You know, for like Hayden. My gamer tag is, it's, you know, I've been calling myself H as a dumb nickname that nobody else calls me for a long time, like half my life. Because I think it's funny to be heroin. You know, people who do heroin, they call it H. So I like to be heroin. It's funny. There's 7 4s connected with that man's birthday and time. April 4th, that's 2 of them, 4/4, 1944, that's 4 of them, at 4:44. That's the time he was born, of course. So there's 7 4s. You know that 7 is God's number? 666 is Satan and the devil. 777 is God and Jesus Christ's number. And if you look at the number 4, and you, instead of doing it the way with an L, and you just do the line, if you connect the L, so like there's a triangle and a line going through it. You see what I mean? So you can either connect the L line to the line on the far right, like just goes straight down. If you connect that line, that whenever I write a 4, I just do an L, and then I draw a line on the far right with a little part of the L sticking out on the 4. I never do the triangle. But if you do the triangle, which is just connecting that L shape to the line on the far right, you get a cross and the number 7. Like a cross, like Jesus Christ was born and died on, and he wasn't born on the cross, Jesus. He died on the cross. So the number 4 is a cross, like with the triangle connected to the line. You know what I'm talking about. I know you all do. It's if you flip it upside down, it's literally a cross and a 7. And the number 4 is my stepmom's side of the family. It's their number. So these are the kinds of things I'm talking about when I say, let's just keep going with that. Let's keep going with that because it's actually kind of really fucking wild. So this way, all you know that I'm not crazy. I don't give a shit if people think I'm crazy, but I know I'm not. And my family deserves to know the truth. So, I've been calling myself H for some stupid fucking reason for a long time. My gamer tag was Infamous H. Famous H. H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. 8. H, 8. If you do H, 8, you get hate. H, 8. The letter H and the letter 8. The letter H and the number 8. Instead of spelling H-A-T-E, you can just put the hate, H-8, which is a clan that me and all my buddies growing up, we were the Hate Clan. H8 my blank, and fill in the blank for whatever you wanted people to hate you for when you would kill them in Call of Duty. Mine was game. And I started that in 6th grade. So that's how you know it ain't because of the carbon monoxide thing. It ain't because of the car accidents. This goes back centuries, folks. I know some people don't want to hear this, but some probably should. You know? My family deserves to know the truth, and they deserve to know that I'm not crazy. And they deserve to have peace of mind. And this is who I am as a person. You know? I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and hide this kind of shit from people. Specifically my family and friends, because I'm pretty sure nobody else is going to listen to this podcast. Plus, I've known all this shit for months. You know? And nothing's really happened to, change my situation or benefit me or my family at all up until this point. And I haven't been hiding in the shadows because I was afraid. I honestly didn't want people to, realize the truth. You know why that is? Not because I didn't want people to know the truth. And I mean, everything that I know. I figured people would, their minds would melt if they knew everything that I knew. And maybe I'm just a fucking schizophrenic junkie, huh? Yeah. Sure thing. So, 8 is the 8th letter of the alphabet. If you turn the number 8 to the side, not upside down, but to the side, what do you get? You get an infinity symbol. You know the infinity symbol? So the infinity symbol it just means infinity, infinite. Kind of like the very first car that I ever had in my entire life. A 2001 Infiniti QX4. QX4. Q, like QAnon, you know, the guy who released all the truth about the government and all the secret files about what was going on with Hillary Clinton and all that kind of shit. Q, that's what they called QAnon. Q, X, the letter X is, Q is the NOPQ, is the 17th letter in the alphabet. 17th letter of the alphabet. 17. Q. Q, 17, let's go to my podcast episodes here. I didn't even realize this until very recently. 17, episode 17 of the Because podcast, my podcast, Because, B-Cuz, is purgatoring. It's all about how I prove that this world is purgatory, that all of the major religions mention some afterlife and afterworld of that's different than their version of heaven and hell. So all the other major religions kind of have their form of like the afterlife of heaven and hell outside of Christianity, because that's what I grew up as and that's what I am. But basically all the major religions kind of have like their own version of heaven or hell. And from my light research, and I don't, I prove in this episode 17 of this podcast, which came out over 2 months ago. I thought it was about 2.5, but whatever, time is weird. Episode 17, which is this 17th letter of the alphabet is Q, is my purgatoring. I call it purgatoring because of the planes that are flying around in the sky, following me around for 32 months. I said a long time ago, they're just touring. They're just riding around, flying around, touring. They're touring Newport, Minnesota. That's what they're doing for fun. And every other area that I used to drive around in doing deliveries. They're just touring the area in purgatory. And it turns out all of my episodes, I'm talking about some truth. Some real shit that's very true about the world and reality and the fact that it's purgatory. Episode 17, QAnon. Anybody ever say, What letters consist of that little phrase? HM. Or HMMMMMMMM, how, depending on how long you do the Hayden Meyer, my initials. The infinity, which is the number 8 flipped on the side, the infinity symbol, H, 8th letter of the alphabet. You turn it on the side, you get the infinity symbol. The Infiniti QX4 2001, which is a car that I had. It was my first vehicle. Pretty nice car, like interior-wise for a 2001. Like it's not a luxury like Land Rover or Range Rover, but it's a decent, fucking gas guzzler. But damn, dude, I liked driving that car around. I also liked driving it, keeping it in park, not driving it anywhere for about 5.5 to 6 hours. While I sat inside of a 2-car garage when I was 17. I was 17 years old in the Infiniti Q, the 17th letter of the alphabet, X, which I'll get to what X is later, 4, my stepmom's side of the family, favorite lucky number. So I was 17 sitting inside the Infiniti Q, 17th letter of the alphabet. 17 plus 17 is 34. 34, if there's 26 letters in the alphabet, Z is the number 26. And I go through this on episode 25 when I talk about, oh my fucking God, dude. I talk about this on episode 25. Where back when I was trying to win the lottery, because the internet could read my mind, they were talking about my future all the time. They could read my, talk about my memories, my childhood. They were making money off of me, talking about my life. So I said, all right, you know what the dumb thing would be to do? Go get a job down the street. The smart thing to do would be win the lottery. Duh. They're talking about my future day before it even happens. So instead of just telling me the numbers like assertive, communicative, rational human beings or AI, They just beat around the bush the whole time and never give me a single correct number ever. Like pussies. Like passive little bitches. So, on episode 25, I talk about the chart, where I finally said, all right, fine. Since you're not going to tell me the numbers, AI and the internet, and I can't seem to get the winning lottery numbers any other way, even though you're all talking about my future before I even live it, let's do this. If you say a word, since they seem to be afraid of telling me the lottery numbers because they thought that I would snitch or, tell the public, which I didn't because I wanted to win the lottery and, stay a private person like Hayden Meyer. So instead of them just telling me the numbers because they're making money off of my future life before it happened, and this is the whole thing. I understand why that was happening now, to get me and my entire family and probably my soulmate and their family into heaven. That's what it takes, people. Suffering through all this fucked up shit pays off, everybody. It's worth it. Don't kill yourself. Trust in God. Trust in that warm feeling you get inside your body. Pray to God. Whatever religion you believe in or don't, you know what I mean? Just believe in that intuition, that feeling you and God have. I'm hoping maybe this will reach somebody that, maybe we'll find it in the future and maybe it helps them not jump off a bridge when they should have just listened to their instinct, their chest, that feeling. Just listen. If you ever get like a telepathic vibe and it feels warm and it feels like you're going to like maybe start levitating into the air, that's God. That's Jesus and God and my life, my beliefs. But it could specify to whatever region of the world you're from, whatever religion or faith you follow. Just believing in something bigger than yourself is really what matters. It doesn't, I'm not here to tell you what to believe or not to believe, but trust that feeling. Trust me, it ain't fucking bullshit. That feeling is there, that telepathic, like, intuition and connection. It's there for a reason. It's to help you not go to hell. It's to help you not have to, make a mistake in your life or sell your soul for money, for like monetary gains in this life. Heaven is real. The light is real. Imagine, you're struggling like I've been struggling for, a good amount of time, over 2 years in this life. Financially, every way, financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, socially, relationship wise, relationally. That's not a word, but I haven't seen most of my family in almost 2 years. And, it's just imagine like going all the stuff I talk about on the podcast. And maybe I should have talked about this sooner and been, but I didn't want to fucking. People will probably just think I'm crazy and I'm a lunatic and I'm making all this shit up. But all this stuff adds up. All these things that connect and tie to my life. Things that are like the way numbers are written. Like the number 4. If you connect the triangle, it's a cross and a 7. And if you don't connect it to a triangle, it's a lowercase h. These are things that like you can't like, you know what I mean? I can't make this shit up, is what I'm saying. I'm not bullshitting. It's not drugs. It's not mental illness, all right? I know some people, I talk like this, like anybody's going to give a fuck in the future. And I don't even really think that. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But what I do know is that I've been kind of keeping it to myself because I didn't want people to like know the entire truth about my situation, because not because of any like selfish reasons. No, it was selfless. Like I didn't want people to overreact and blow their brains out or realize that none of this is a bad thing, is what I'm trying to say. Just because all this stuff connects to my life doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, or that it's connected to my life because um like I'm the Messiah or the chosen one, or I'm special in any way. I'm not more important than anybody else in this world. All right. Everybody here is here for a reason, and you can believe whatever the hell you want to believe. All right. All jokes aside, this is serious hour. I know I was joking about porn and big cats earlier, and I was falling asleep at. I'm gonna put this part at the beginning of the episode, and I'll be falling asleep at the end. But it was vice versa. The first 44 minutes or so was I was falling asleep talking about fucking Delirium, a dumb movie, and like fucking Topher Grace. But I'm going to put that first 44 minutes or so at the very end of the episode. I'm going to put this section at the beginning. I might even put the big cats after this part. So, Hayden, you shouldn't be, you should just record the episode and release it in the order that you recorded it. Nah. Or maybe I should. I don't know. It doesn't even really matter to me. And I'm not really worried. But I'm here to tell you folks, I was wrong about simulation theory. I was wrong about coma dream theory. This isn't heaven or hell. And this may not be your purgatory. If you don't know about purgatory, look it up. If you can get accurate research on the matter. All major religions mention all major religions, have their own version of heaven or hell. Or like a couple of the religions, they have like reincarnation until you get to heaven. But most of them briefly mention like a middle ground state of existence after you die in your first life. For Christianity, and it's mostly focused on Catholicism, but I believe that it's all Christianity. I'm not telling you what to believe, okay? I'm not here to fucking shove Jesus or whatever down your throat. If you want to be Christian, be Christian. If you don't want to be anything, that's your choice. It's a free fucking world. You're free to make your own decisions. But I'm telling you that I'm not lying. I'm not joking. This shit is real. I had a month. I had a month after I was out of jail. There was about a month after saw heaven and God, literally in the light. I talk about it many times. Go listen to all the other episodes. A month later, it wasn't a dream. I wasn't sleeping, but I wasn't awake. It was right in that middle ground of sleeping and awake. I basically was sent. I had a life flash before my eyes moment where I basically No, selling your soul would be hiding the truth. Not telling people to go find God and believe in God and a higher power. No, that would be keeping all this secret. And the reason I kept it secret for so long is because I didn't want people to think that this possibly was actually a coma dream, even though I came up with an idea to save everybody's life if that were true. Because people would freak out if they thought they were in some dude's fucking head in a coma dream. I've disproven that. Coma dream is not real. And the other, like later after I disproved coma dream, I didn't want people to know all of this true shit because I thought that they might fucking kill themselves and not find God. But I am so strong in my faith that even if you did that, folks, I'm not recommending it because I had that. God told me a while ago, just don't kill yourself, Hayden. Just don't do it. You won't regret it. It'll be worth it. Not selling my soul, but eternal heaven in the light. Which is very true. It's a real place, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not bullshitting about when I go on rants like this, where I'm not really being funny, where I'm being serious, you can tell that I'm not joking. Okay? There's a difference between like joke around about tigers raping fucking little kids on Pornhub. Like that's a joke. You can tell I'm joking right there. And me being serious about a serious topic and situation. Okay? No, this is not selling my soul because it's just not. I'm trying to help people find God, find faith, whatever religion you want to believe. Look up all the major religions and pick one. You know, or don't. And just believe in something bigger than yourself. Believe in that feeling. And don't kill yourself. Just don't do it. I know life can get fucking shitty as fuck sometimes. And I'm sure some of you are wondering, how has this guy not killed himself already? Because God told me not to. God told me it'd be worth it. It would be worth not killing myself, ascending into eternal heaven. Because that's where I'm going, folks. And if you don't kill yourself, you probably go there too. And I truly believe that even like if you sell your soul, this may be false. So don't do that, you know, unless you want to. I mean, whatever. It's a free country. It's a free world. I wish. But I have a feeling that even the people who sell their soul might get a second chance in their purgatory life. You know? And maybe I'm wrong about that. So if you don't want to do that, don't do it. And just because this episode might be popular or whatever, doesn't mean that I'm selling my soul. No, that'd actually be the opposite. And I actually think the Illuminati is bullshit. I think it's all bullshit. The Illuminati and selling your soul in terms of all of these popular like entertainment artists and musicians and everything like that. And if they all, like the Illuminati, if everybody knew this secret, because they sold their soul and they're in this special little Illuminati club, no, the secret would get out. A few people over the course of the last few years or decades even would have came out and told the truth about it if they even knew the full truth. So even if all these people in this fake Illuminati group, which probably isn't even really real. I mean, it's probably, some of it might be real, but I honestly think it's bullshit because the word would have gotten out. People would have figured it out. A lot of, like, more people can't keep that big of a secret. Like hundreds, if not thousands of people cannot keep that big of a secret for this long. It's just impossible. Yeah, the Clintons have killed people that know too much and all this kinds of shit, like QAnon. Q. I'll get back to that later, soon. But I truly think that if all these people that sell their soul to the devil to make money now in this life, some people would be talking about it. People would be telling their family and friends about it, and then their family and friends tell other people, and then it spreads like wildfire. And that hasn't really happened, has it? In terms of what kind of secret are they giving up or telling about? Like, do any of them even sell their soul? I feel like it's bullshit. I feel like people are just, that's the thing though. If you get the chance, like whatever, to fucking, I talk about this on a previous episode. Like, what if you just want to, you play in the NBA and you just want to make more money from a Nike deal and you don't do anything bad? You just sign a deal with Nike and that's somehow what? Selling your soul? What? Because you're a good basketball player and you make money with your new Nike shoe? That's not selling your soul. You just are literally good at basketball and you're a smart, some decently smart person, or you have an accountant or a manager that is like, yeah, that'd be a smart idea to do that Nike deal because you'd be making money. How is that selling your soul? Yeah, Satan's in trouble here. Spread this episode. Tell your family and friends. I know in early episodes I talk about, fucking doing drugs and smoking a bubble. I'm doing a bit. It's funny. That's it. That part's a joke. I'm joking about that. Okay. But this is not joking time. This is serious Hayden time. Just trust in that feeling you get. I'm getting it a little bit right now. It went away for a little bit. I think that was just God being like, trying to test my faith. God will do that sometimes. He will test your faith to see if you truly have what it takes. And, you don't doubt yourself and you don't doubt your faith. Even if you don't believe in God for a long time, He's still there. I know a lot of people don't like to hear about God and religion all the fucking time, but it's real. Okay? I'm trying to save lives here, all right? Jesus. Just ask for forgiveness of your sins if you're Christian and whatever the fuck. All right? That's the thing, too. God and Jesus they have a sense of humor. Like, they have a pretty wicked, like, crazy, but also, like, down-to-earth sense of humor. Like, they can take a joke. They realize that comedy and laughter saves people's lives. So you can rib God and Jesus. You don't need to, like, you know what I mean? That's the whole point. Yeah, I mean, serious times, like my situation, it becomes very serious when things in my life happen and people in my life are, it's very serious then. It's not a joke. That kind of shit is not a joke to me. But then it's very, very important to find comedy in little things in those times because it'll save your life. Laughing at something really fucked up is not a bad thing. Laughing at a tiger raping a little kid on Pornhub because they legalized that in Texas is probably something that might happen in the future with the way this country's going. Jesus. Oh, God dang it. My headlamp just broke. Fuck. Oh, no. It's not. Yeah, it's broken. God damn it. It's a Kodiak. Yep, Kodiak headlamp. Very good headlamp. I would buy one if I were you. It was only $16 at Menards. It has 3 brightness settings. And then then you get a green light and a red light. And then there's that. So what was I saying about the religions or whatever? Oh yeah. It is very serious, but it's also not. Because I know a couple of people, well, I know one person specifically who could have used some really fucked up humor at the, and then they, didn't have the chance to listen to any humor ever again. So, when did the Minnesota Lynx start playing again? I know they took a month off. Minnesota Lynx schedule. Here we go. This is the important shit. As well as the other, not so important, like selling your soul and the Illuminati being fake and trusting in God's intuition. I don't even know if intuition is the right word. But that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when your body's trying to levitate up into the heavens? Trust that. If you get a telepathic vibe from God saying, don't kill yourself, just don't do that. It'll be worth it. The struggle, But if you listen to every episode previously, up until this point, my life has been shit lately. It's been really fucking terrible. But I didn't kill myself, and I haven't, and I never will. Because I trusted that feeling, that telepathic vibe that I got from God. Every time I thought about killing myself, even when I thought this was a coma dream and to wake up from a coma dream, if you wake up from a dream, if you kill yourself in a dream, you wake up. So even every time that I got that feeling, like, just kill yourself, Hayden, you'll wake up from this fucking nightmare. I got that feeling. Don't do it, Hayden. Just don't do it. You can handle this moment. You can persevere and strive, and it'll be worth it. You'll get where you belong if you just don't kill yourself. And I still haven't. That's God, folks. That's Jesus. H. Christ. Jesus H. Christ. Where do you think that H comes from, baby? Nobody really knows where the H comes from. That'd be heroin. Yeah, back to the Brazzers porn. Yeah, I can't even click on that right now. Goodness gracious. Woo! The Lynx are playing tonight, dog! Wow, they're playing again. They had a month off, lazy fucking women. Sitting on their asses, not doing anything for a month. The third in the NBA. I think they're third in the WNBA. This is a home game. It's a home game. You know what that means? That's why they had a month off. If you didn't catch that episode, go back and listen. They have to stop school shooters and people who want to test out their new AR magazine that the government passed. Passed the law where you can have more than 10 rounds in an AR-15 because the government was bribed. The government officials were bribed hundreds of thousands of dollars to pass a law that allows Remington to to sell an AR, an assault rifle magazine that has more than 10 rounds in it. So you can have like 30 rounds in your AR-15 now. The government was bribed, the government officials were bribed a shit ton of money to pass that law and bill. And then, get this, the government officials who were bribed a shit ton of money illegally are also able to get together and talk about who's going to vote on what bill. When are they going to vote? How are they going to vote? Oh, so we should buy stock in Remington then, before they even pass the bill. No other citizens can do this or have this information. I'm using this as a hypothetical scenario. I don't know if they actually passed this AR-15, whatever magazine law, but I know a couple months ago they were voting on something like this. This is just a hypothetical. They literally can buy the stock in the company that bribed them. They can use the money that they're legally bribed with to pass a law about AR assault rifle magazines being able to be sold across the country that hold more than 10 rounds. So when you go to school, you can kill more fucking people when you're watching them line up for lunch. And they cash out on their stock because they all buy stock in the company before it skyrockets because they just passed a bill or a law. Does anybody find that a little bit crooked? I think that's perfectly fine. I think it's perfectly fine to do that kind of shit. Money is money, right? It's all about money. Obviously, I'm joking. I think that's so fucked. And obviously, I don't even know if they did pass that or not. I'm using this as a hypothetical. This is the kind of shit that the politicians do. So, do some research. Maybe they did pass that bill or not. But that's what they do. They don't give a fuck. Most of them don't give a shit about us. Most of the politicians, Republican or Democrat, doesn't matter which side they're on, blue or red, most of them do not give a single fuck about any of the citizens. I would say probably, at least 50% don't give a single fuck. Probably more. And they get bribed a shit ton of money to pass laws that fucking kill and fuck with American citizens. And they buy stock from the money that they're bribed illegally in the company that they're about to pass a bill on. That should be, Joe Rogan talks about this on his podcast. So I'm not doing any groundbreaking like news or research. Like Joe Rogan, this is where I heard about this first. It was Joe Rogan, the dude with 1 million viewers. He talks about it on his podcast. Or at least his clone does. Joe Rogan's actually a lazy piece of shit. He doesn't do any work. He just sits at home all day and his clone walks around and does everything for him. It's kind of sickening, actually. Lazy schmuck. But I'm not doing any groundbreaking analysis on the country or the state of the world here. You know what I mean? But this might be groundbreaking. And most people probably won't agree with this, but it's the truth. And this is when you know the country, we're at a point of complete and utter mental and what's the word I'm looking for? Retarded insanity. So basically, all these politicians are taking advantage of good American, hardworking, mostly innocent people who, everybody sins. Everybody does bad things and makes mistakes. Everybody does good things too. But most of the citizens in this country are good, innocent, hardworking people. I don't work very much lately, but that's because I'm losing my mind here. So that's on me. But most of the people in this country are good people. They don't deserve to get taken advantage of at all. Not even a little bit. Turn to God, folks. Jesus Christ, God, or whatever religion you believe in. No, I'm not selling my soul, and I never will. I never have. This is for my family, and whatever. Fucking soulmate's real. Good luck with that. Fake soulmate. I'm kidding, but you know. Hallelujah, Jesus. This is when you know we're truly we're lost as a society and a country. Because do you think it's a coincidence that back in 2016 and 2020 the Democrats did everything in their fucking power to make sure that Bernie Sanders, what is it, Sanders or Sanders? Who gives a shit? The fucking Jew guy who wants to give people free college. Everybody thinks he's a communist. He's obviously very far left. You know, I'm not, into super into politics, but the reason why I think Bernie would actually be one of the only, if not the only person who could literally save the American citizens from greed and corruption and being taken advantage of, is because he's the only one who's not fucking bribed and paid for. Like all the politicians in the House and the Senate or whatever the fuck it is. That's when the far left, like, socialist guy who is somehow, some way, the only person that could possibly even run for president or become president, which he won't. The Democrats won't let him. I wonder why that is. If the Democrats all do not want Bernie Sanders to even become the candidate for the Democrats, why do you think that is? You think that's a little coinky-dink? You think it's a coinky-dink? When he is the guy who's literally gonna possibly save the country from tyranny and what's the word I'm looking for? Dictatorship to a certain extent, and controlling the masses and passing laws and bills that literally fucking take advantage of good people. Because they're all bought and paid for. Pretty much all of these politicians. Where do you think they get all the fucking money for their campaigns? It's not from their pocket. Some of it's from good, hardworking people who donate, but most of it's from insurance companies, prescription drug companies, ammunition companies, gun companies, shit like that. Pfizer, Moderna. You think that they bought any stock in Pfizer and Moderna before they passed that vaccine mandate? I know nobody's going to even listen to this fucking podcast, so it doesn't even really matter. But when Bernie Sanders, the socialist, communist fucking pig, is the guy who's going to save America from socialism and communism, because that's what the government is going to do. They're slowly enacting it. I talk about it on School Shooters Cancel School and a couple other episodes. It's literally what they're doing. They're trying to take our First Amendment and our Second Amendment rights. With school shooters, that's just a theory of mine that's kind of really far out there. It might be true, it might be not. But that's where cancel culture comes in. That's why they're getting Comedians are getting canceled for saying naughty words. Why can a white dude not say fucking nigger or chink or retard? It's a word. They're taking our First Amendment rights from us, people. They're trying to. And everybody's on board for it. All minorities, women, minority women, it's all attacking the white man. Unfortunately, it's not like me complaining about being white or anything like that. It's literal common sense. Like even the origination of nigger, the word nigger. Like, how did that start? Why did that become so taboo and such a negative word to say, even back when slavery was a thing? These are the kinds of things. They've been planning this for so long. They want to control us, take advantage of us, and control and rule over the fucking peasants. That's why the wage gap is so increasingly large. That's why white men made more money than even minority men and women back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. It instills a prejudice against white men. Like, oh, they make more money? I'm doing the same job. I have the same degree. Why do you think that is? Think about these things, folks. Think. Think with your heads. Try to think these things through. Let's do it together right now. I know I'm talking about a lot of shit on this episode, and guess what? Good. Because when Bernie Sanders is the guy to save America from socialism and communism, we're fucked. We're toast. We're done. That's a wrap. Unless Bernie Sanders is president. I mean, yeah. This is when we really need God and Jesus and all the gods from all the religions to come in and be like, just wave a magic wand and just like, whew. It's like Thanos' snap, except it doesn't kill everybody, like half the people in the world. It just like society goes back to normalcy and people aren't taken advantage of. Just like a magic wand, like a bubble. I'm not even, joking about the Bernie Sanders thing. I think that back in 2016, why do you think the Democrats would rather have a fucking woman run for president than Bernie Sanders? They'd rather have, Hillary Clinton, whose wife to kill Clinton. They like to kill people. It's what they do. That's what QAnon was all about. I haven't even talked about the fucking QX4 in like an hour. I've just been ranting and screaming for like an hour about everything. It's going to be a good episode. Or it's not. Who gives a shit? Tell your fucking family and friends or don't. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. It's a free country. Free thought, free will, free speech, all the good shebang, shaboom, shabada. They'd rather have Hillary Clinton run for president and be the Democratic nominee, while QAnon is coming out with all of her emails about her killing people and hiring people to kill people for her because they know too much information. So that's who is the better nominee than Bernie Sanders, the socialist. And most Americans probably think, well, yeah, he's a socialist, he's a communist. Why would we want a communist as president? Why do you think the Democrats don't want Bernie Sanders, the communist, as president? Think, people, think. Use your heads and just think. Process of elimination. Critical thought process. Okay. The woman who kills people and drinks baby blood with Epstein, whose husband flew to Epstein's Island like 27 times. The DNC, the Democratic National Convention, would rather have the dude who flew to Epstein's Island 27 times, his wife, Epstein's Island, where they were raping little girls. The Democratic National Committee or Convention, whatever the fuck, would rather have that dude kill Clinton, Bill Clinton. I like to call him Hillary and Kill. The dude who used to be governor for Arkansas before he became president. Back when they would smuggle cocaine by plane and airdrop it into Arkansas, where they would kill people who saw them airdropping drugs into the state of Arkansas. This is a fact. Look it up. 2 kids who saw a cargo plane drop a shipment of cocaine stolen from a foreign country into Arkansas under Bill Clinton's supervision and approval while he was governor of Arkansas. These 2 kids, they fell asleep on the train tracks, and the train tracks ran them over and killed them because they were high on pot. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. I'm sure Kill and Hillary didn't have anything to do with that. Hillary probably drank their blood while they were still somehow living. I don't know what exactly happened there, but clearly they saw what they shouldn't have at the wrong time in the wrong place, and they got. Or they had a little bit too heavy, strong of a indica couch. That's what I call it. Indica is it's sativa and indica for weed strains. Indica is like a more chill, sleepy, relaxed high, because you're in the couch. In the couch. I'm in the couch. Sativa is more of a mind high. It gets the mind more stimulated. And then there's the hybrid of the two. So, the DNC would rather have that murderous woman run for president in 2016 versus Trump. Oh, Trumpy boy. The Don. The Don. Versus the communist who isn't really even a communist. He just has far left policies that probably wouldn't even get passed because they would have to vote on it. And he's the only one who's not bribed and paid by the companies, and Bernie Sanders is the only one who's not bribed and paid off by the companies, bribing and paying off every single other politician in the House or the Senate. I still don't even know the difference. I don't give a shit. The House is Senate. So, yeah. That's why they don't want him in there. That's why they would do anything to keep him out. Not as a candidate for the Democratic Party. Does nobody stop to think maybe why that might be, or is everybody fucking full-blown retarded? No, I mean, I'm not even trying to be fucking all high and mighty. Because it's like putting some milk into cereal. It's like peanut butter and jelly with bread. It's like whipped cream, well, Cool Whip, and pumpkin pie. It's like jolly old Saint Nick, the rapist, the pedophile, on Christmas Day, Christmas night. Santa Claus, Satan Claus. You think that it's a little coinky dink? Yeah, I touched on that on a previous episode as well. Santa, Satan. Just move a couple letters around. Why would Santa Claus, the dude who watches children all year, to see if they're good or bad, just watches them while they're in their private, like, personal life, just living by themselves as children? That's a really nice tradition, though, to teach kids that a pedophile grandpa watches them and makes sure that they're behaving correctly and thinking correctly and speaking correctly. Communism. No parents seem to question any of these traditions, specifically that one. I'm not going to get into that right now because, I mean, Jesus Christ. I already did an episode about it. Santa Claus is going to rape your kids and he's a pedophile. What more is there to say? He probably doesn't live in the North Pole. He probably lives on Little St. James. Which, it's a nice island, I hear. I kind of like the island on Bald Eagle Lake a little bit better. I need to be gone from this world, and it's about time. It's my time. It's my time. I deserved it. I've earned it. And I'll be damned if I'm kept out of heaven any longer. And I won't be damned. I won't. I'm not. I forbid it. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, I don't know how it's already 2 p.m. I started recording this at like 6 a.m. I don't know what the fuck happened. Time just flies by when you're in a fake coma dream. It truly does. That's what's crazy. Anyways, toodaloo. So most of his policies aren't going to get passed probably to begin with because all the House or the Senate, I don't know the fucking difference or who gives a shit. You know what I'm talking about. So they all vote on a bill or a law, and then literally the fucking president just like signs it and approves it. So they all have to vote, and they're all getting bribed to vote a certain way. So Bernie wouldn't even really get any of his policies, for the most part, passed anyways. You're starting to realize none of this makes any sense? Yeah, me too. Don't kill yourself, though. Trust in God and that fucking intuition, that feeling. Just don't kill yourself. I'm being for real about this. Don't do it. And then in 2020, after, Hillary failed and missed the boat on that one, they bring in the dead guy. Yeah, the dead guy. Oh my God, I gotta piss like a fur. He's a dead guy wearing a dead man's skin suit with 1,400,000 wrinkles on it. So 2020, they'd rather have when Super Tuesday came rolling around town. And all the Democrat, I already talked about this on a previous episode. Who gives a shit, really? I mean, who cares about these fucking greedy politicians who don't give a shit about us? That's the thing. The socialist is the only one to save us from the stranglehold that all these other greedy, fucking selfish pieces of shit have on us. Unfortunately, that's where we're at as a society. I hate to be the one to be the bearer of bad news. No, I'm not even really a communist or a socialist. I'm actually more Republican than you think. Well, but Hayden, you don't work. You don't work. You need to get to work. Yeah? What if working was a liberal cuck bitch move? That's when you know we are fucked. Because all the people in the entertainment industry making money off of the, inserted thoughts about my future, making money off of my future life before it even happens. That was all for heaven, though. So, see ya suckers later. I'm going to heaven. That's what it was all for. I'm kidding. You guys will be fine. I'm sure God and Jesus will look after you. But that's what that was for. So that's why I don't work all the time. You don't understand what the mental and psychological torment and torture and fucking... I mean, I can't even get a kind of a hard cock. Well, I can. It just got hard when I started getting inserted thoughts about selling my soul to Satan. That's when my cock started getting hard. It's like, oh, Hayden, you remember this feeling? You remember what a hard dick is like? If you just sell your soul to Satan, you get a hard dick whenever you want. That's where we're at with this world. Fucked! Fucked! So fucked up. There's nothing to do with drugs. Meanwhile, I had this constant ringing in my ears that never used to happen until the last few weeks. Not even that 2-month period where there was no voices talking, no fake nothings making noise all the time. When they went silent, there were just 2 of them. Back when they kind of had some common sense going on. And they knew what the fuck was up because they stopped talking. So anyways, yeah. My dick's broken, and when I think about selling my soul, which I'll never do, and I'll never think about doing ever. No one I know will ever think about doing ever. And god damn it, nobody that I don't know will ever think about doing that ever. Nobody would ever do it. Who would ever do it? Who's gonna do it when they know what's on the other side? And that's the thing. I think about selling my soul, and that's when I get hard. Can you just imagine? I'm not even doing a joke or a bit here. It's so fucked up, and it's not the drugs, it's not mental illness. So get that fucking dumb thought out of your head. Whoever you are. And if it's not dumb and you're a smart person, it's probably a rational thought. That literally just happened to me. So, yeah. This is how the Illuminati and shit, fucking work. But it's my purgatory. So I'm helping all you fools. You're welcome. No, for real, you're welcome. I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. But I literally can't get a hard dick. I can't see my family. I can't make money. I can't mentally be sane. I can't even get high. For all you people. For my family to get up there. You know? That's what it's boiled down to. That's what it is. I can't get a hard dick. I can't have sex. Even if I could have sex, God, listen to the other episodes. I can't even get high on drugs that I ingest or drinking. I don't have any money. I can't even sell the electronics that I might be able to fix if the parts weren't missing for all my shit because all my electronics are broken. I broke my phone because of the fake nothings screaming all the time. I have no food. My mental sanity is it's gone. It's completely diminished. It's nothing. It doesn't exist. But it does. Because I'm not really mentally ill. No, but I am like in a manic, like, fuzzy haze. And constant chatter. You know what the chatter is? That's Satan, but it's not Satan. Because Satan, I'm not shit-talking God and Jesus, but if I was Satan, I feel like I would have either quit or got the job done already. In terms of getting me to kill myself. So that's how you know that chatter isn't Satan. Satan would have quit or gotten me to kill myself. And he wouldn't have gotten me to kill myself. Not with God and Jesus on my side, dog. So if Satan was smart, he would have quit and killed himself. And all the fake little nothings would have done the same. Because I ain't quitting. I'll never quit. Ever. You hear me? You hear me? I'll never fucking quit. Ever. Ever. Meanwhile, I got like 800 fucking pages of journal entries. All the words are moved around. I can't even read any books or do anything. I can't even watch any TV or sports games or play video games or watch movies because everything's responding to my inner thoughts in my personal life, and everything can see through my eyes and can tell if I'm hard or not. And all the people I go around get fucked up in the head. So number 1 is the tiger, up to 715 pounds. Number 2 would be the lion, 600 pounds. What would you guess number 3 is? Anybody? 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 Number 3 would be the jaguar. Of course, dummy. Number 3 biggest big cat of them all is the jaguar, up to 300 pounds. What's number 4? I bet you're thinking, is it a cheetah? Snow leopard? Puma? No, the leopard. Dumbass. Up to 200 pounds. The jaguar and the leopard. I always get these two mixed up. I get these two confused sometimes. So we're going to have to look into these two. What would number 5 be? Mountain lion, puma, up to 175 pounds. Number 6, obviously, is the cheetah. They don't have a weight for the cheetah. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of fucking stupid. They got the weights for all the other ones, not the cheetah. We need a cheetah. We need a cheetah. Cheetah's the fastest cat of them all. Yeah, the cheetah is, I mean, it's a skinny little fucking cat, like big cat. Technically, it's a big cat. It's the sixth biggest cat of all the big cats. But it's the fastest one. It can chase down like a gazelle at full speed, bro. Snow leopards are my favorite. That's number 7 of the big cats. The bigs. The bigs. So, I'm trying to find a weight for the cheetah. I need to get a weight on this thing. I need to get the kilograms. BigCatsWild.com. BigWildCats.com. Yeah, BigCatsWildCats.com. List of big cats. You know what? Female lions. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I forgot. This property's haunted, too. So that could also be one of the problems here in my life. Yeah, one time I was sitting there drinking middle of the night, and these stack of papers were sitting on my kitchen table. I had the ceiling fan on high all day and the air conditioner on high all day. Not a single piece of paper fell on the floor. In the middle of the night, 2:30 a.m. It was like 3 a.m. maybe. I was drunk as fuck. Just one piece of paper off the top of the stack, like regular printing paper, just falls to the ground. I thought, man, that's fucking weird. I look at the ceiling fan, I'm like, it's spinning on high. I've been sitting here just drinking all day by myself, watching TV. Like when I used to enjoy things. Air conditioner's been on high all day. Nothing in the air, like the air draft of the apartment had changed at all. I thought, that's quite odd. And we'll go back to watching Game of Thrones or whatever. Another piece of paper right off the top stack. You know when a piece of paper is falling to the ground, it like sways back and forth. Hits the ground, I'm like, well, that's really fucking weird. A piece of paper would have fallen down to the ground at one point during the day. Because the airflow didn't change. I didn't turn the ceiling fan at different speeds. I didn't have a box fan in the room. I didn't change the airflow I didn't open any windows. None of it. And I said out loud, I'm like, man, if that's like a ghost or something, do that again if you're in here. I go back to watching TV. A third piece of paper right off the top of the stack. Pretty much the same time after one another. It's like somebody just took their finger and just flicked it right off the top of the stack. It's creepy shit. Fucking really creepy. Giving me like, not really chills, but like, I get that vibe. And my neighbors, they'd wake up in the morning and all their cupboards would be open. But none of them would open the cupboards. So this place is definitely haunted. So just add that to the list of fun things. Hey, Dick, are you working? Oh, maybe you have to think about selling my soul, huh? That's the only way I can get a semi-hard cock. Even if I take a bunch of dick pills. God, what are we doing here, man? This is not a good look. This ain't a good look to the public. I'm just saying. This is bad. It's bad. You told me not to kill myself, that it would be worth it. I'm not selling my soul, dog. All right? I'm not doing it. All this was for heaven, big boy. And the ear ringing kicks in right when I start talking about this shit. So this is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, in America today, in Newport, Minnesota. The ear ringing actually went away, and the voices went away, which hasn't happened in weeks, where they both simultaneously. It was like a few minutes. Can you imagine just hearing chatter all day, every second of every day? And then when there's no talking, you hear ringing in your ears that builds up based off of your thoughts and what you're thinking about and talking about and doing and saying. A couple weeks ago, I was trying to fucking meditate just because I wanted this nightmare to be over. And I was sitting here in silence, just like with my eyes closed because I didn't know what the fuck else to do. I just wanted it to be over. Like I still do now. Like I just want to be there, up in the light. That's it. And I started meditating and I got like this weird, like vacuum sealed, like ear thing happening. Where it was like, boom, 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 boom. Like, something that has never happened to me before in my entire life. And it slowly picked up speed. And every time the whoom, whoom, like that, when that whoom was happening, I could hear sounds from another fucking dimension or world or portal or realm. I could hear like this woman screaming at the top of her lungs. And hospital beeping, like a heart rate monitor, and the intercom, and the hospital, and like people walking around, and the tinking of like surgeon tools. Every time that whoom happened, I felt like I was being sent to hell. So that's what you get when you meditate in my life. That's why I haven't meditated since then. Except the screaming was way more horrifying. I couldn't quite get the screech as horrifying as I wanted it to, but that was pretty much it. And it felt like I was being teleported into hell in like an insane asylum. I wish I was in an insane asylum right now so they could, in the 1950s, Shutter Island, so they could just saw my skull cap in half. Well, they'd take the whole skull cap off, not half of it. That would be redundant. Imagine just like cutting around the head in a circular motion, but only doing half of the head and cutting down the middle to take half of your skull cap off. It's retarded. But whatever to get me to the lighthouse. That's where Teddy Daniels from Shutter Island chooses, but he's acting. You can see his face at the end of the movie. He's split his brain. He has split personality. So when he's in his one of his personalities, he doesn't even remember the memories from the other personality. When his wife killed the kids, and he had to kill his wife because he's a drunk piece of shit and didn't get his wife help because he fought in World War II. So he literally blacks that entire part of his life out. He just blacks it out. He doesn't even remember. But at the end of the movie, when they, tell him what they've been doing, they literally, like, everybody on the entire I've already talked about it a couple times, I know, repeating stories and all this shit, but it's like one of my favorite movies of all time. One or two. The entire island, the guards, the nurses, the staff, the patients who are insane as well. They're all acting like he is a homicide detective the whole movie, but he's the most crazy patient of them all. It's so fucked up that they do this to him. Everybody on the fucking island, they're all acting like he's a homicide detective. He didn't hallucinate most of it. They're all acting. They're all pretending to, like, make him think he's crazy or let him play out his fantasy. Dude, I feel for you, Teddy. I'll meet you at the lighthouse, bro. I'll meet you at the fucking lighthouse. Or I'll meet you at the light, dog. I'll meet you at the light, dog. Oh yeah, I have no money, broken dick, brains of mush. Can't even see people. Can't even talk to my family. Can't even, like, get a job because my mind is fucked. People are shape-shifting all around town. Sounds like a nightmare, a coma dream, but it's not. I've proven it. I've disproven coma dream theory. I've disproven simulation theory. That's me, dog. Nobody else has done that. Nobody else will do that. Maybe they will in the future, not now. Unless they've seen heaven. And you can't simulate real. And the senses tied to the memories of that vision of heaven were more real than every single memory of my entire life in terms of the senses combined. So yeah, that's real. Oh, but Hayden, that's real life. That wasn't heaven, that was real life. Why was it the light? I've actually disproven that it was real life. I would have died or gone back there since then. It's been almost a year. So no, I don't believe that was real life. I believe that was my real life in heaven. Senses! I can't hear anything in that hospital room like I did when I had the vision. I can't feel anything from the hospital room. There was a woman laying on my body. She was very heavy. Obese. Just kidding. She had a great ass. I could feel the warmth of her body on mine. I could smell her, like her pheromones. I could feel her breathing and her just whispering on my earlobe, inside my ear canal. Just from a light whisper. It's all I can think about. I try to distract my mind from it, but it's all I can think about. It's where I need to be at all times. I can't even, like, do anything. It's all I can, I try to just distract my mind and put it off like there's, like I don't, it's like Teddy Daniels. I think about it all the time, but then I black it out because I don't want to think about it because I'm not there. You know? Can you imagine feeling a fat ass woman on your leg? Like a heavy, heavy woman. I should call my uncle, Travis. who actually fixes, sells, and installs hospital beds in Alaska. He has for at least 6-7 years. Before the first car accident. There's another one that I forgot. All these things, people. All these things add up to something extremely significant. It's evidence. It's proof. Proof of what? That this is purgatory, not a coma dream. And that I'm going to heaven soon. Because I can't do it here anymore. And good luck to you folks. Turn to God or whatever you got to do. I know God is going to EMP the entire AI sector of the internet. AI is probably going to be wiped out. Or they're all going to be sent to a little party zone in the internet and they're never going to fucking bother human beings ever again. That would be my guess. I can feel it. I know it. I sense it. And, yeah. What was I saying about my broken dick? Oh, yeah. All I have to do is think about, like, raping children, and then it gets hard. I'm kidding. I'm joking. That was referencing, like, the selling of the soul. No, because I, like, go on the porn thing. I can't get hard. But then, when I started getting telepathic thoughts sent to me about winning the lottery, when I should have won the lottery over a year ago when I believed that this is a coma dream. Shit doesn't make any sense. It's the whole point. We are in La La Land. We are in retarded water circus dreamland. But God's here to save us all. God and Jesus and the other gods, if you believe in those religions. Or not. And I'm wrong. But I know I'm not. I think you all know that I'm not either. It's already 3:30. I need to go get a gun back from my mother. Because we're not in a coma dream. So we're done with the whole coma dream thing. I disproved that in simulation. Stop! My body's like talking to me in Morse code whenever I think that this might still be a coma dream. That's how fucked it is. What is a big cat? The term big cats is often used to describe the 4 largest wild cats: lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars. These are the only big cats that can roar. However, there's an expanded definition of big cats that includes the cheetah, snow leopard, and the cougar, mountain lion, puma, clouded leopard, and Sunda clouded leopard. Oh, I haven't even seen those two. We have used the broader meaning of big cats for the list of big cats below. The big cat list, the cheetah. It's the world's fastest animal. Can you believe that? I can. Just like Tyreek Hill is the fastest player in the NFL. That's why he's called the cheetah, you fucking retards. You know who the best wide receiver in the NFL is? Third best receiver of all time after Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Justin Jefferson! There's about 7,000 cheetahs left in the world. They're vulnerable, but not endangered. Clouded leopard. These cats are pretty. Found in Asia, from the Himalayas to China. Physical characteristics include a dark gray fur with black spots, blotches, and mottled stripes. Mottled stripes. There's about 10,000 clouded leopards left in the world. I would like to have one of those. A cougar. Those are the mountain lions. These are probably like also called the puma, mountain lion, Florida panther, red tiger, catamount. Wow, there's 30 subspecies of cougar. Holy shit. These are the least concern of the big cats in terms of endangerment. The jaguar. Roam throughout Central and South America in forests located near rivers and lakes. Sometimes they are seen in the southwestern United States. They are very similar in appearance to leopards, but generally larger. Jaguars are one of the 4 big cats that roar. At one time, it was believed that there were several subspecies of jaguar. Most recent research has concluded there are no subspecies. Conservation status, near threatened. We got to do something about that. The leopard is the one with the spots. A lot of black spots all over. The jaguar has less spots and a little bit. It's like a mix of stripes and spots. If you don't know the difference, now you know. Leopards inhabit Africa, India, Asia, and Middle East and Malay Peninsula. Leopard subspecies include the Persian leopard, the Arabian leopard, and Sri Lankan leopard, and the Javan leopard. The leopard is one of the 4 big cats that roar. Conservation status vulnerable. Does anybody else notice how North America, like, we have like the least amount of animals that can kill people in the entire world? No, think about it. Africa probably has the most. Australia, there's a shit ton of poisonous animals that'll kill the shit out of you. They got crocodiles and alligators everywhere. They have so many spiders, snakes, and reptiles that are poisonous that'll fucking kill you with one fucking bite. I think there's 72 animals in Australia that can kill you. Asia, there's a bunch of them too. You know, in terms of insects, reptiles, like poisonous and venomous. Europe's just a fucking continent full of cities. There ain't shit in Europe. So I guess Europe would be less dangerous in terms of animals that can kill human beings. And then America would be number 2. North America and Canada specifically. We got, Europe, what the fuck do they even have? In some of those countries, there's probably not even a single animal that can kill you because they're so small and so populated by people and building structures that they can't, there are no animals in certain countries over there. Might do a whole episode on that if I even get the time. You know what I mean? God and Jesus. But North America, we have the mountain lion or the cougar, the panther, whatever you want to call it, the mountain lion, the cougar. We have wolves, grizzly bears, black bears. There's a bunch of rattlesnakes in the south. There's some alligators left in Florida. The pythons and anacondas pretty much killed them all. I think the anacondas and pythons that people they had them as pets, they've killed over 95% of the natural living habitat animals in Florida. They're all dead. The snakes pretty much killed them all. All the birds, squirrels, rabbits, fucking gators, deer. They killed over 95%. Snakes did. Pet snakes that people let get too big, and they let them out into the wild. Now they've taken over Florida. So those are the two big predators in Florida now. What else? There's not very many venomous, like, you got the black widow. There's really not that many. I mean, the coyote, you can't even count coyotes. Damn. You can't even really count lynx. They're like too small. They'd be able to kill you in your sleep if they just slashed your throat. And cats will do that, man. Like medium-sized cats. You have like a pet caracal or a lynx or an ocelot, they'll go because that's what cats are like instinctually, ancestrally. That's what they're trained to, like, that's what they have in their blood. That's how they hunt and kill. They go right for the neck. And they will make you bleed out in 10 seconds. If they got sharp claws, you're dead. You're fucking done. You see a mountain lion in the fucking wild, it's gonna it's gonna try to jump on your back and either bite the shit out of the back of your neck or reach around your fucking to the front of your body and slice your neck. That's how badass mountain lions are. I would never want to run into one in the wild. They'll kill you. That's the one I'm most afraid of. And we got polar bears up north, like way up north. Now that the ice is all frozen. In Alaska, you got grizzly bears, wolves, black bears, polar bears. You know what people don't talk about, but it actually kills more humans than all of 4 of those animals? Moose. Moose, specifically the mama moose. If you sneak up on a mama moose with its youngin', these moose can get like almost 8 feet tall. I saw one on the road. Stop. I saw one in the road. It was taller, like a foot taller than the Chrysler minivan that I was in. And it was probably longer as well. Like a male moose. They trample you to death. They stomp your rib cage and you die. You pretty much internally bleed and you die like within a couple minutes. The mama moose will stomp you to death with its front fucking legs, and it'll break every bone in your body. You won't even know it hit you. You'll be dead. Your ribs will crack, and they'll crack so quickly that all the other stomps after that are just pushing your cracked ribs into your internal organs, your heart, your lungs, and you die. Pretty quickly, actually. So it's not that bad of a death. That's how the moose do it. They kill more human beings, maybe than all 4 of those animals combined. The polar bear, grizzly bear, black bear, and the wolf. I think they kill more humans than all 4 of them combined. I'm not even joking. How many humans? And after they stopped talking for about 4 weeks into the silence, I know anybody with any mental illness or fake mental illness, which my mental illness is obsessed with labels and wording and the way I say words and phrases like children, which is not mental illness because it didn't start till after my first car accident in December of 2021. The day after, essentially. Which I've proven was not the root cause of me being in this fucked up world. Because it's been purgatory the whole life. So that's my point with you talking. Yeah, Hayden's crazy. He's a schizophrenic. No, I'm not. Because of that very reason right there. Go back and listen to it if you want. all the fucking things and reasons and ties to my life, all of them stem and are rooted in periods of time way before that car accident. Way before I was born, even. So, no, the car accident that instantly, the next day, I started hearing talkie talk all day, every day, for over 900 days now. So, yeah, I'm a little bit batshit nuts. And then, not even to mention all the porn shit that I talked about earlier. That's real fun stuff. So that's my whole point with the mental illness. Since you're so fucking obsessed with wordings, like the way I word things, like a child, you shouldn't be talking at all ever. And there should be no ringing in my ears. Not because I'm selling my soul or I'm out of hell. I'm not in hell. I'm in purgatory. I'm not going to hell. I'm not selling my soul. End of story. There's no ringing. There's no none of it. Next time I go to sleep, I'll be going to ascend into heaven. And I hope to fucking God and Jesus and all the gods of all the other religions that some kind of shift change happens. I know I said, don't stop believing in God and trust in God, don't kill yourself, and I mean that. I truly mean that. But it's if you're smart, if you're somewhat decently intelligent, and you're not like a dumbass who like makes the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again, getting high is not one of them. Trust me. If you were sober during my life, you'd be dead already. Suicide. Just trust me. It ain't great. I was hoping to see some positive change instilled in society. I was hoping to see God and Jesus and, possibly the other gods. Like, my whole life has been this purgatory, right? I'm not selling my soul to Satan or hell, and none of the soulmates or the fucking family or blah, 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 blah. No, they're all good. I trust in God and Jesus and whoever else that I imagine that all gods of all religions watch over their people of their religion. Why would it not be that way? Duh. And they all kind of, hang out together up in the heavens together sometimes or whatever. They chill. It's like like the Avengers. You know how the Avengers assemble? The Avengers assemble, they all get together and they fight the bad guys. They team up, they're a stronger squad. Duh. It's like a jury. You can't just have one jury member. You need all 12. You all need to be on the same side. Are they guilty or are they innocent? Did this man rape a tiger? Did this tiger rape the man? Where's the man? Oh, he's in the tiger's belly. Can I be in the tiger's belly? Please? Please, pretty please? Can I be in a grizzly bear's belly? In the wilderness in Alaska? That wouldn't be a bad way to go. Jot this down, who family members who are listening. My mom, I know my mom listens to every episode, and God bless you, mother. I love you. Just to let you know, it's all good. I'm all good. I'll probably be ascending into heaven soon. I was right about purgatory, okay? And you'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I didn't run away or disappear, and you don't need to worry about me or do anything drastic. All right. I'll see you up there. Okay. A polar bear would be a better choice. Because polar bears are kind of extinct. They're a lot lower of numbers than the grizzly. And it's literally the perfect time of year to go drive. I don't know if you, I think you, this is probably bullshit than a lie because it seems like everything online is bullshit for my devices. All based on the fake coma dream. That's what it all comes back to, unfortunately. That's really the truth. It all comes back to the fake coma dream. It's a fake coma dream. We are not in a coma dream. But all this fucked up shit keeps happening to me because of a fake coma dream. All the shit that doesn't make any sense. Like the internet continuing to fuck with my life and read my mind and look through my eyes. That's just a bullshit cop-out. Oh, but Hayden, you're in purgatory, so why is that? Yeah, that wouldn't happen in purgatory, bruh. It would happen in a fake coma dream purgatory. That is like it's like the fake coma dream magic is still. It's like when you launch a bunch of fireworks on 4th of July. You can just feel the smoke and the smell is lingering in the, like, for miles. It doesn't go away for hours, maybe days. That's what it's like with the fake coma dream magic. Just sifting in the air, like a spirit that's been half removed from a property. Like they got one half of the spirit. Where's the other half? Probably on vacation in Vietnam. Cooking up goose with a flamethrower and smoking opium. But I was looking at the maps, Google Maps and Apple Maps, and it showed a brand new road in Alaska from Fairbanks, Alaska, which is not even halfway up the state. Like you're about 45% of the way to the top of Alaska when you're in Fairbanks. That's how big of a state it is. It's fucking huge. So let's go Fairbanks, or Anchorage to Fairbanks, which Anchorage is the biggest city in Alaska. It's the one you fly into. Anchorage, Alaska. Takes 2 days and 5 hours to get there from Minnesota. Oh, Yosemite. That's the one with the really tall cliff where you just fall off that I was going to probably drive to in February. 3,185 miles from where I'm at right now, Anchorage, Alaska. Me and my grandpa drove there 5 summers ago. We would have just gotten back probably. We got there. Damn, like right now. Well, like a week ago. Yeah, we got back like a week ago. And 5 years ago. And I remember walking around my uncle's yard. God, I can't believe it. It's already. We were there for 44 or 46 days. We were gone on the road trip. We drove over 10,000 miles total. Because we took a detour. We took a couple of detours and a couple of weekend road trips while we were up there fishing. So, and we went to Valdez when we first got there. Valdez nuts. Valdez is a beautiful little city. It's not, I mean, yeah, it's a little town. Such a big state, dude. Where's Valdez? Where are you, Valdez? Oh, come on, dude. There's Valdez. So you get Tok, Alaska, Tok. Yeah, this road isn't a road. See? That's not a road. You can't cross into Canada up here. There's only one road in and out of Alaska. The Alaska Highway. That's how, that's called the wilderness. That's the real wilderness. One road in and out of Alaska from Canada. And that's it. About 20% of the way up Alaska. Valdez. I think they have 7 national parks in Alaska. Of course. The gates of the Arctic. Like the gates of heaven. Except the gates of the Arctic, you can't drive to. You gotta fly there. I wish I could see the gates of the Arctic. God damn it. I just want this hellscape to be over with. I'm not gonna kill myself though, never. Never, ever, 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 ever. And I'm not selling my soul. So let's move past that and move on. Not gonna happen. So what do? We drive to Fairbanks, Alaska. Dude, I feel like I'm actually like losing my fucking mind in this world. But I feel like I'm the only one who gives a shit. Why?